Su Xiao traveled to the supernatural universe. There are internal and external troubles in this world. Outside, there are demons, gluttony and other civilizations eyeing, while inside, there are Deno colonizers who embezzle Earth's resources and create gods for their own lives. Fortunately, Su Xiao awakened the Alliance's parallel universe summoning system. Countless heroes were summoned by Su Xiao one after another to clean up the Earth. Lacus. Xiaolun. Funny. The power of the elements bombarded him. Kasha. Carl, are you threatening me with the void? Beware of the sharp thorns of the void. Ducao. Elements, void. How many monsters have the ending academy raised? Su Xiao. Do you want to see the power of star casting? Just as Su Xiao was tidying up the Deno colonizers and preparing to unify the world, he realized that this universe was not just that simple. Parallel universes from all over the world open up, ninja legions during the Eastern expedition to small islands, underwater monsters. The Hatred Alliance during the Western expedition. There are also aliens from the M78 Nebula. Then Let's Tidy Up togetherFeilu novel network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Coming to the Superdivine World. Find the number of flowers, etc. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The fighter jets roared and the wind swept through the clouds. Su Xiao, who was on a tall building, stared at the chrysanthemum-shaped wormhole in the distant sky for half an hour before believing that he had crossed into the supernatural universe. The commercial street downstairs was in an uproar, with onlookers discussing some outrageous stories about aliens. At this moment, Su Xiao really wants to take a step down from a tall building. After all, the old routine of crossing is triggered by the system in desperate situations. Su Xiao lifted her foot. Just kidding, only a mentally disabled person would choose to jump off a building as soon as they cross over. After all, the world of supernatural beings is in ruins, and a group of Deno colonizers such as Ducao almost monopolized the resources of China for the revival of Deno's divine creation project. In the future, it will attract higher civilizations such as angels and demons, and turn the earth into a testing ground for the gods. Su Xiao is well aware that she is a time traveler and is likely to be assisted by a system. Since we have arrived in this chaotic world, it is necessary to thoroughly clean up this group of Chinese borers. Now all you need to do is wait for the system to appear. Su Xiao came downstairs, trying to pass through the crowded crowd. At this moment, an energy shell bombarded down. The surrounding crowd scattered in fear and fled. The person who escaped from another street kept muttering words like crocodiles and monsters. Su Xiao also inferred from the roar that the crocodile god Thornton had been released. Su Xiao, who doesn't have a system yet, is also temporarily observing the situation in the building. After a moment, a huge lump of meat fell into the center of the commercial street and rolled several times before sitting up straight. Thornton touched his head, wagged his tail, and stared at the unfamiliar environment around him in a daze. Let it go. Let it go. Hey, many little people, take a break and eat. Take a break and eat. Thornton rubbed his paw, but before he could catch his breath, another energy shell hit him straight. Oh, hit the bullet, it hurts so much. Thornton grabbed the nearby car and threw it out. Unfortunately, Taotia's aircraft was too agile to hit. Several more shells hit, causing Thornton to roll and roll several times. Oh my! I'm angry. Thornton roared and leaped fiercely, ready to counterattack the gluttonous aircraft. Unexpectedly, a steel claw flew from behind and grabbed Thornton's waist. Hey! Thornton was still in a trap when he was dragged away by the gluttonous flying machine. The other gluttons saw that Thornton had been controlled and quickly left the scene. After Sutton's figure disappeared into the sky, Su Xiao slowly walked out of the building. This Thornton looks too silly. I don't know if the dog-head brother in its alliance will laugh his teeth off if he sees it. Su Xiao shook her head and was about to leave the scene when several police cars led a black car to the scene. The warning line was instantly raised, and Su Xiao was also sealed inside the building. Comrade, I'm sorry. Once we finish collecting the scene, we'll let you out. Special police officers armed at the entrance of the building. At this moment, two black armored women stepped down from the black car. Su Xiao can easily recognize these two people from his memory. Long-haired Xiaolun and short-haired Xiaolun. Sister Xiaolun, why are these aliens and monsters appearing in the area we are responsible for? I just joined the Super Theological Academy, fortunately you're here, otherwise I really don't know what to do. Xiaolun is the second batch of super warriors, so when dealing with these abnormal situations, he occasionally consults Xiaolun, who is a group of warriors. Alien technology has overturned our cognition. Have you seen Rose's wormhole technology? Some aliens can do it too, so unexpected situations may occur anywhere, we need to be prepared at all times. I understand, Sister Xiaolun. Alright, it's up to you to organize the on-site energy data this time. Familiarize yourself. I'll go comfort the nearby people. After arranging, Xiaolun came to everyone and spoke the common official language. Don't panic. Our Xiaolun company has been guarding you all along. Please rest assured to hand over the country to our Xiaolun company, and we will swear to protect it to the death. Support the Xiaolun company, support the Xiaolun company. Under long-term promotion, the public has almost completely trusted the Xiaolun company. However, Su Xiao remained unmoved by this slogan, as he clearly remembered that during the Battle of the North Star, all the participating sides had sacrificed, except for the Deno side, which was killed to zero. After calming most of the people outside, Xiaolun walked toward Su Xiao again. Comrade, the collection will be completed soon. You can go out later. Okay, support the work. Su Xiao said with a calm smile. Hee. Xiaolun looked at Su Xiao with a smile and said, I didn't expect you, an ordinary person, to be quite calm when you see these things. Isn't it your super seminary? Su Xiao replied meaningfully to Xiaolun. Yes. Believe in the Divine Academy, believe in the Xiaolun company, we will protect the earth well. Xiaolun also took the opportunity to make another promotion. Xiaolun, the collection is ready. Let's go. Oh, good. Comrade, you can go now. Xiaolun pulled the cordon for Su Xiao. Su Xiao nodded and left the scene, not far away, and the system that should have arrived finally arrived. Ding. Detected dark power, Alliance parallel spacetime connected. The new book set sail, please ask for all the data such as flowers, tickets, reviews, etc. from all the officials and masters. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 2. Summoning the Mad Laurie, Seeking Flowers and Other Data. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The Alliance Parallel World Summoning System has been activated every 60 consecutive days of check.in. You can randomly summon an Alliance hero to serve you, and the host will also randomly obtain one attribute of summoning a hero. The main rule for summoning heroes is random, while the secondary rule is influenced by parallel world connections, meaning that heroes associated with characters in the supernatural world will be summoned first. Summoning heroes to serve for 30 days will randomly obtain a skin. Su Xiao couldn't help but laugh when she saw the last one. In the midst of a global crisis, how could the system still thoughtfully prepare the skin? You really don't look good on your skin. You lost half at the beginning, right? Su Xiao carefully reviewed the supplementary introduction of the system. Special skins will provide special combat power, the host will also randomly obtain special techniques. In that case, if I had this summoning system, soon I wouldn't have a large army under my command that could compete with the Super Theological Academy. Isn't it feasible to clean up these Deno colonizers? No, the more I summon, the more I can unify the world and conquer the universe. Okay, Ducao, aren't you going to set up a super seminary? Then I will end your supernatural being. I will run an end college. First activation of the system rewards a hero summoning and a set of corresponding hero skins. Oh. Su Xiao was overjoyed to hear about the benefits of the system. It's possible. Sending heroes and skins is much better than little Ma Ge's hundreds of blue essences. Hero summoning, come. Su Xiao arrived at an uninhabited alley and activated the hero summoning. After a moment, the overhead space twisted, and a rocket launcher filled with graffiti fell out first. Then a blue-haired cup girl with double ponytails fell out. Xiaolun sat cross-legged on the ground, raised her head to look up at Feng Xiao, and immediately raised her hand to salute Feng Xiao with a smile. Jinkizi has seen the boss. Jinkizi. Su Xiao recalled the prompt given by the system. Associates should be summoned first. So Jin Keisai's arrival was due to the connection between the female police officer and Wei. Congratulations to the host for successfully summoning Jinkizi and randomly obtaining the ability. Shockwave laser, vibration laser. Su Xiao tried to raise her hand, and a beam of laser energy shot out instantly. Wow! Boss! Jinkizi rubbed against the ground and stood up. Have you ever had your hands modified so that you can shoot lasers directly? It's just the power of the system. Okay. Boss, who are we going to do? Jinx lifted the rocket launcher on the ground with an impatient and destructive look. What's your name, boss? It's not a triad, call me principal. You're the first student I'll end the college with. Okay, boss. I like the name, ending college. Anyway, let's start shooting. Your barrel is too eye-catching, let's put it away first. Put it away, Jinkizi looked around her and said, is it hanging on the belt? Su Xiao turned her head and saw that Jinkizi was wearing many belts, so she couldn't hide such a large barrel. Ding! World power, summoned heroes can store their weapons in the dark space. All heroes automatically activate dark communication with their hosts. The system also promptly resolved any issues that arose. Jinx, try throwing the weapon into your own head. Jinkizi widened her eyes and grinned, what a crazy idea, I'll give it a try. Crazy Jinx likes such absurd things. As he spoke, he threw all his weapons at his head, and in an instant, all his weapons fell into Jinx's dark space. Ha! Boss, I unexpectedly did it. Su Xiao nodded with a smile and said, when you want to use it, just use your brain. It's so cool. Jinkizi is crazy like a little crazy person. Su Xiao began to plan. Since Jinkizi came because of Qilin and Huilan, let her go meet Qilin and the others. Jinkizi, there are 2 super warriors stationed on Ingbin Avenue in the east of the city to defend against aliens. Go do something you love the most. Crazy. Boss. I'm going. Jinx bounced away from the alley after receiving the order. We can see that Qilin's sniper rifle has made Tao Tai very wary, and the Tao Tai team has not launched an attack yet. Ducao and others listened to the real-time image explanation sent back from the Qilin position. Due to the successful cooperation between Qilin and Huilan, they have repelled a gluttony. So this is a comprehensive live broadcast to appease the hearts of the people. Suddenly, a ghost face appeared on the big screen. Ducao trembled with fear, and after a moment, his anger erupted. What's going on? I don't know if this is a comprehensive live broadcast to appease the people's hearts. What's going on with this crazy girl? Hey, little sister, who are you? Hurry up and leave, it's very dangerous here. The soldier came over to dissuade Jinx. Me. Jinx pointed to herself unsteadily, I'm a lunatic. I have a doctor's certificate. Madman. Ducao was so angry that he finally planned a battle to win people's hearts. He was disrupted by a madman and said, "Hey, hello, I'm Ducao. Hurry up and drive this madman away. Hey, little sister, come here quickly, follow your brother, I'll take you to eat a lollipop." The soldier coaxed and approached Jinkizi. Unexpectedly, Jinkizi wobbled and jumped directly over the algorithm defense line. Taotai watched as the swaying Jinkizi decisively fired a shell at Jinkizi. The new book set sail. Please ask for all the data such as flowers, tickets, reviews, etc. from all the officials and masters. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 3, Let's set the stage. Find the number of flowers. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Damned. It's all ruined. Cut off the live broadcast quickly. Ducao took a step forward in fear. Jinkizi crooked her mouth and smiled, then pulled out the laser gun out of nowhere, turned it around, and fired handsome shells towards the rear. This operation stunned the super warriors in front of the live broadcast. Rose. Wormhole porter. Who is this person? A super warrior left behind. Xiaolun. Is this the current non-mainstream? There. You're too brave. Lu Chuang said, "Oh my. This little girl is also very wet." Ducao saw this situation and his mind was spinning rapidly. Yuqin, hurry up. Write a report immediately. She said that this is also an excellent talent that our Xiaolun company will soon include. I think she can also move space and develop it well. But Ducao's wishful thinking had not yet activated an operator, and Jinx pulled out a rocket launcher. Fish bones. Let's explode. In an instant, flowers exploded on the field. The scene of blooming everywhere made Jinx extremely excited. Ha ha ha, I never even thought that one day I could explode the whole scene. Just as Jean Kasai was exploding happily, Xiaolun, for the safety of the position, withstood Jean Kasai's artillery bombardment and punched Jean Kasai. Jinkizi moved flexibly and dodged the bombardment of Xiaolun. After seeing Xiaolun, Jinkizi's dark red eyes stared like copper bells and said, "Sister. Sister." Jinkizi's call of "sister" caused a commotion among millions of viewers who watched the live broadcast. Zhao Xin. What? Is Xiaolun's sister responsible for terrorist bombing? Lena. It's impossible. Xiaolun was in the special police team before entering the Chaos Hen Academy. No matter what, he couldn't bring out such a terrifying sister. Ducao. Sister. No way. Xiaolun doesn't have a sister in the information. Yuqin, quickly verify Xiaolun's information again. The relatives of the soldiers in the Xiaolun company are actually terrorists. Yeah. This is too unbelievable. Su Xiao, who was watching the live broadcast on the large screen on the square bench, laughed with satisfaction when he heard the doubts from the people around him. Don't talk nonsense. I don't know you. Xiaolun quickly distanced himself. Oh. Yes. This is the boss's world. Xiaolun. Xiaolun. The information has been verified, and that lunatic is not Xiaolun's sister. Quickly go out and clarify, we can't let our hard work and dedication to operation go to waste for so long. After Ducao verified the information, he immediately notified Xiaolun on site. After receiving the news, Xiaolun also bluntly aimed a sniper bullet in between the two of them. Jinx reacted quickly and threw a grenade, accurately colliding with Xiaolun's sniper bullet. The explosion produced a large amount of smoke, and Xiaolun instantly came to the front of the line. Crazy girl. Azure doesn't have any sisters. I don't know which faction you are from, but if you hinder the action of the Xiaolun company, don't blame us for being ruthless. Jinkizi tilted her head to look at Xiaolun, who arrived and snorted, "Way, you like to hang out with this guy everywhere, don't you?" Xiaolun felt as if she still knew herself when she heard Jinx's tone, and her doubts filled her instantly. Who the hell are you? Jinkizi. Jinx. What is that? The meaning of Jinkizi is. Jinkizi quickly pulled out her left wheel and fired a shot at Xiaolun. Xiaolun quickly reacted and instantly moved in front of Xiaolun, blocking the bullet for her. Although Jinx's revolver bullets are specially made, their abilities are still slightly inferior to those of black armor. Zidane, they seem to be stronger than us. Jinx looked at her revolver with regret. Xiaolun, don't care who she is. She is extremely dangerous now. Let's take her down first and hand her over to the leader for punishment. Xiaolun clenched his fists and prepared to take action. Su Xiao on the square also waved his hand to activate the skin gifted by the system. Jinkizi skin, source plan. Crazy. Started. Jinkizi. Hey, boss. Jean Kasai on the battlefield immediately smiled when she heard Su Xiao's voice. I'll give you a set of things. As soon as Su Xiao finished speaking, the space above Jinkizi's head twisted, and a strange dark purple light illuminated her. After a moment, Jinkizi's whole body was covered in mecha, and the weapon was transformed into an energy gun driven by dark energy. Haha, it's so cool. Jinx's voice also turned into a mechanical tremolo. This sudden transformation frightened the entire Xiaolun company. Rose. What technology is this? Another extraterrestrial civilization. This mech has visual strength comparable to black armor. I can't believe a little crazy girl could have these things. Lena. Dark energy drives. Another threat to our goddess. Ducao. What is this? Yuqin, what technology is this? Yuqin. Looking back, at present, energy detection only detects powerful dark energy. As for where the armor on her body comes from, our technology cannot trace the source. Dark energy. It can drive dark energy, and even gluttonous civilization cannot drive dark energy. Who is behind this madman? Jean Kasai switched to the dark energy cannon state and aimed at Xiaolun and Xiaolun, saying, "Do you have any last words?" Before the two of them could answer, Jinx quickly answered, "Ah. No, go to hell. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 4. Source plan, crazy. Begging for flowers. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Jinkizi's dark energy cannon shot out, and Xiaolun and Xiaolun rolled in two directions. Xiaolun's sister. This madman's firepower is too strong. You come and distance yourself first. I'll divert her attention. You find a chance to snipe her. After the two of them made a plan, Xiaolun fired an explosive punch at Jinkizi. Jinkizi turned her hand and summoned the dark energy laser gun, which hit Xiaolun's chest. The black armor, both driven by dark energy, produced a repulsive effect, which greatly slowed down the action of Xiaolun. But Jinkizi still ran as fast as the wind. This madman, why are you running so fast? It's almost as fast as Flash Telecom. Did it trigger any effect? Xiaolun exerted all his strength to dispel the influence of the dark energy laser. The distant glutton also looked bewildered when he saw such a chaotic situation. What kind of god subordinate is this? The bombing is so fierce. The explosion is so fierce, there must be a great grudge against the Xiaolun company. Let's go help her, maybe we can also help the king make a powerful divine friend. Three gluttons nodded to each other to confirm their thoughts, and then rushed forward with their energy guns in hand. As soon as they passed through a burst of smoke, the three gluttons were restrained by a strange device. Jinkizi turned her head in an instant, and a purple light seeped out of her left eye. Hello. Ayo, Jinkizi looked disgusted and said, what an ugly monster. Master, we are here to help you, don't misunderstand. Cao Tai quickly explained to Jinkizi. Ask me if I'm listening to you guys talking. Three gluttons looked at each other and were about to ask honestly. Jinx suddenly lifted her gun barrel and said, spoiler. I'm not listening. Grass, this is a madman. Three gluttons began to crazily attack the surrounding barriers. Stand still. I'm trying to shoot at you. As soon as the words fell, a dark energy shell shot out, 3 kills. Xiaolun took advantage of Jinx's response to gluttony and seized the opportunity to shoot a sniper at Jinx. Just as it was about to hit Jinx, the sniper shell was intercepted by a laser. Seeing this situation, Xiaolun looked up in fear and looked around. Does she have any helpers? Jinx turned around and saw a sniper bomb exploding not far away. She frowned and said, I'm not playing with you anymore. The ultimate death missile. Jinx fired a giant dark energy bomb at Xiaolun's position, and the explosion instantly shattered the defense algorithm of the position. Lianfeng in the central control room quickly used a remote wind shield to protect Xiaolun and He Weilan, but even so, the two were still rushed out. Jinx also took advantage of the air waves generated by the explosion and fell into the distant bushes. Boss. Jean Kasai looked at Su Xiao in the bushes with a few leaves on her head, smiling. Suddenly, you found me. Su Xiao extended his hand to Jinkizi. Jinkizi grabbed her and stood up. It's all the power of this armor. I found you in no time. The source plan battle armor gradually faded with Jinx's thoughts and returned to the blue-haired lowly outfit. The two walked out of the bushes towards the sunset. The chaos behind them was unbearable, but the two of them were calm and comfortable. Boss, how did I do today? Very good. Hee hee. Jinkizi smiled and then drooped down in an instant. I saw her here too, she's still with that little policewoman. Are you jealous, or are you jealous? I hate it, I want to blow them up into pieces. Jinx said fiercely as she stared at the sunset. Well, that's great. Keep this idea in mind. Boss, should we settle down and live a peaceful life in the future? Jinkizi tilted and bumped into Su Xiao's arm. Do you want it? Well, maybe, I don't really want to. I think that's too boring. Then let's turn this world upside down. Let the entire universe step under our feet. Woohoo! Jinkizi jumped up excitedly. Boss, this is so cool. I told you to call me the principal. Okay, boss, no problem boss. What are we going to do next? Su Xiao shook his head and smiled, grabbed the territory. I'm so excited that I'm about to explode. Under the sunset, calmness and liveliness create a stunning picture. Queen, a powerful female warrior with special abilities, has appeared in Juxia City. One person destroyed the position held by the two soldiers of the Xiongbing Company. Otto reported the chaos caused by Jinx to Morgana. Giant Gorge City, aren't Carl's animal warriors active over there? Carl asked him to bring Devil 1 to me. He's been grinding all day, so he's working on these monster things again. Morgana said angrily. Queen, it doesn't seem like she's from the gluttonous camp either, and the gluttonous team present has also been eliminated. Otto then adjusted the scene of the ultimate death missile explosion. I'll go. Morgana exclaimed in surprise after reading it. Who is this massive dark energy explosion? Besides the gluttonous civilization, are there any other civilizations invading the Earth? There is currently no news, but there are indeed other civilizations trying to cross over at the Great Worm Bridge on Pluto. Those scums can't be at this level. Please pay more attention to them. Don't let them spoil our good deed of conquering the Earth. The appearance of Jinkizi made Morgana, who was originally full of confidence in conquering the Earth, start to worry. The new book set sail. Please ask for all the data such as flowers, tickets, reviews, etc. from all the officials and masters. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 5. Friendly borrowing of estate, seeking flower data. You are listening at novel full.audio. Equally worried is Ducao from the Xiaolun company, whose soles are about to be worn flat as he walks around the conference room. Chief, don't turn around, our eyes are going to blur. Lianfeng tried to interrupt Ducao's pace. Hey, we just barely managed to subdue this gluttony, why did such a crazy person suddenly appear again? I don't think you need to worry. Rose remained calm and composed. Although this crazy girl has strong dark energy firepower, her body may not be strong. Let Xiaolun's defense be fully open, and I can easily solve her by opening a wormhole and jumping over. Ah. Me. Xiaolun, who was silent on the side, was also frightened when he heard Rose's words. We have the ability to solve her, but what worries me is the power behind her. With such skilled use of dark energy, all I can think of is the cosmic evil god Morgana. Morgana. Everyone exclaimed in surprise. Yes. Only Morgana can cultivate such crazy and terrifying subordinates. I'm going, Morgana. The demon leader is also coming to Earth to grab territory, isn't he? Xiaolun trembled unconsciously when he heard Morgana's name. After pondering for a moment, Lianfeng said, if it really is Morgana, then this time she sent this warrior, she must have given us the strength of our army. But why haven't we seen her demon army attacking? It should be Morgana who has just arrived on Earth and has not yet summoned an army. Nowadays, energy fluctuations in outer space are constant, and we can only temporarily deal with gluttony. Morgana is too powerful for us to capture her movements. I can only hope that before the Morgana army gathers, you can already engage in the battle of killing the gods. Ducao has placed all his hopes on the Deno super warriors in front of him for the future. But Xiaolun and others looked at each other with an unprepared expression. Based on the instructions of the leader, I will make the following deployment. Xiaolun and Xiaolun are responsible for ground defense and responding to unexpected situations. Rose, you have a stronger ability to be responsible for monitoring and guarding important nuclear energy storage areas throughout the country. Lena, you are responsible for continuing to train the super warriors to deal with the potential outbreak of the gluttonous war at any time. After Lianfeng arranged the work, the soldiers of the Xiaolun company quickly responded and left the conference room to take up their respective positions. Su Xiao and Jin Kasai also began preparing to end the establishment of the college. Aha! Boss, this villa is taken care of. Jinkizi stood on the tall building, waving her hands excitedly at Su Xiao, and then jumped down with a swoop. Su Xiao, who was waiting outside, also walked towards the estate. The manor owner respectfully arrived at the door to welcome him. Welcome, brother. Please come in. Are you the manor master? Su Xiao asked with a smile. Yes, I am. The manor master immediately nodded and bowed. My student, I told you that I want to borrow your estate to establish a college. I said it, Boss Jinx has already told me everything. Jinkizi, boss. Su Xiao turned his head and glanced at Jinkizi. Jin Kasai stood obediently straight on the side, with her hands behind her back and a smile on her face. If you have any conditions, you can also offer them. Even if we make an exchange, we can share some dividends with you when the revenue increases in the future. Conditions. The villa owner recalled the scene of Jinkizi shooting a rocket at his head just now. Then, tell my boss that you are completely voluntary. Do you understand? The manor master shook his head in fear and said, Brother, I am completely voluntary. Bandits like you. Bah. This kind of righteous and ruthless hero has strong abilities and can only protect us with the clattering of shells. What kind of bullshit? The Xiaolun company only knows how to draw pancakes every day. What technology flies all over the world will only be given to those super warriors, we damn it or will die. So I have decided to fully support my brother's career. My property is entirely for my brother's scientific research. The manor owner also saw the scene of Jinkizi bombing in the live broadcast screen. Although he didn't see his face clearly at the time, the rocket launcher was shining brightly. Hesitation will lead to defeat, and the manor master also knew that Xiaolun could not even climb those high-level officials for 8 lifetimes, so he decisively defected to Su Xiao. You have quite a high level of consciousness, what's your name? My name is Luo Feng. Okay. Then stay at the college to manage the logistics in the future. So. Boss, will you protect me from being bullied by those aliens? Luo Feng turned his head and asked Jinx. Protect. Jinkizi snorted and said, I like to destroy. I can only protect one person, that's my boss. Ah. Luo Feng heard Jinkizi say this and quickly went to beg Su Xiao. Boss, oh no, boss. As long as you can protect me, you can use my property as you please. Su Xiao examined Luo Feng's young appearance and said, how much money do you have? Cough, Luo Feng said with a hint of pride, I am the so-called wealthy second generation. There are hundreds of billions, right? My father was killed by aliens, so I bought a villa to hide. Hundreds of billions. That's also a great starting fund for the formation of the army. Okay, as long as you don't leave this academy, no one can kill you. Su Xiao also agreed. Ah. Thank you so much, thank you so much. Luo Feng was so excited that he wanted to kneel down. Su Xiao pinched Luo Feng's shoulder and said, just call the principal. Ah. Oh. Good principal, good principal. I'm going to tidy up the house for you and the boss right now. After finishing speaking, Luo Feng jumped and ran into the estate. The new book set sail. Please ask for all the data such as flowers, tickets, reviews, etc. from all the officials and masters. First day data is crucial, I beg you all. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 6. The Power of Stars. Cute Guardian. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. The ending of Su Xiao's college has also been vigorously established. Using Luo Feng's billions of dollars to purchase raw materials such as alloys and ores. Luo Feng is also willing to handle all of this in the college. Su Xiao, on the other hand, swam with Jinkizi on various nearby battlefields, collecting the corpses of soldiers who had just died in battle and were strong in physique. Boss. What are we collecting these sleeping people for? Jinx bored and placed a corpse in the dark space. These are our future soldiers who can help us fight and seize territory. These. Alright, let me think, are they like this? Jinx stuck out her tongue, rolled her eyes, and stiffly imitated the zombie's appearance with her hands. Fight for us. Ha ha ha, there's a model and a style, you'll know in the future. Due to the influence of the Jinkizi source plan skin, the system provides the source plan unit transformation technology. As long as there is a body that has recently died, Su Xiao can intercept its final consciousness and transform it into a source plan mechanical soldier. The large-scale procurement of alloy materials and ores is also a preparation for the Steel Army. The continuous procurement of resources and materials has also caught the attention of Xiaolun, who is responsible for ground defense in the Xiaolun Company. Hey, Lord Xian, I see many big cars on this highway are clattering towards a place lately. Luck is good. Although it's chaotic now, after all, war hasn't started yet, and the operation of Social Foundation still needs to be carried out. Others are engaged in engineering. Zhao Xian leisurely lifted a dumbbell to exercise his body. But there's too much of it. It's constantly happening day and night. Xiaolun finally felt uneasy. It's not firearms or ammunition, come on, come on. Let me take a look. Xiao Xian put down his dumbbell and got up to check the data. After a moment, he said with confidence, look, it's just some metal materials. Look at this source again, Luo Feng. Reason. Establishing and ending the construction of the college. At the sound of this name, it's just a futuristic mechanical trend. It's normal to buy more metal materials. Don't be paranoid, Xiaolun. At such a chaotic time, is there still someone opening a college? Too strange. Xiaolun. We are fighting against aliens, and if these things are abnormal, other departments will handle them. We don't need to worry too much. Zhao Xian persuaded him and then walked towards the dumbbell to start exercising. Xiaolun still felt uneasy and raised his hand to search for the location of the end college on the system, and the college. Jinkizi came bouncing to Su Xiao's office and said, "Boss, what are you looking for me for? Are you going to pick up people again? I have collected almost everything and I am currently renovating it. I called you today because I have new clothes for you." New clothes. Jinkizi sat on Su Xiao's desk with her eyes lit up, quietly swinging her legs. Are you cool? Cool. Not accurately described, but very beautiful. After saying that, Su Xiao raised his hand to start the system. Jinkizi skin, Star Guardian. Started. A red glare lit up above Jinkizi's head, and after a moment, a pile of red stars surrounded Jinkizi. After the dazzling end, Jinkizi instantly changed into a magical girl costume with a white and red main color scheme, and her whole body was adorned with hanging decorations full of stars. Wow! Jinx looked at her Starguard skin in surprise and sighed, "Boss, I feel the power of the stars." Jinkizi waved her hand and gathered a red star. "Don't smash my office." "Oh. Haha, good, good." Jinkizi chuckled and instantly put away the light ball. At this moment, there was also a white elf that arrived slowly. "Ha! Little Bai." Jinx excitedly grabbed Little Bai's tail. "This is the companion elf of your Star Guardian skin, which will provide you with some combat assistance." Su Xiao also relayed the system's notification to Jinkizi. Oh. Jinkizi picked up Xiao Bai high and listened to his chatter. "Ha ha ha, no, Xiao Bai, you're not the guardian of the stars. I'm the one. The skin of the Star Guardian has been activated. Congratulations on obtaining the ability to fly Star's starry flight. This directly solves the problem of space warfare. However, to conquer space, one still needs space-class warships. I don't know the progress of the Mangdangshan of the Xiongbing Company. If it's done, I'll just pick it up and use it. Jinx, you can now fly freely and go to the sky to see." Flying. Really? Jinkizi jumped off the table and came to the window with a thud. She flipped over and jumped down, and after a moment, suddenly took off. "Ha ha ha, I really can fly. Hey, Xiao Bai, hurry up and follow me." G. Xiao Bai chased after Jin Keisai, who rushed up to the clouds with all his might. Luo Feng, who was in the college, looked at Jin Keisai, who had rushed into the clouds and was surprised. "Wow, the boss can fly. Damn it. I'm pretty much with the right person, hey. Work hard. Work hard. Follow the principle." Excitedly motivating himself, Luo Feng hurriedly walked towards the entrance of the college, busy with the procurement of the next batch of materials. As soon as he walked out of the door, Luo Feng was stopped. "Brother, are you the person in charge here?" "I'm not, I'm just a little." Luo Feng turned around and saw that it was Xiaolun. He was momentarily stunned. "The new book set sale, please ask for all the data such as flowers, tickets, reviews, etc. from all the officials and masters. The first day data is very important, please everyone. If the data is good, we will immediately add more updates tonight. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 7. Visitors to the college, seeking data on flowers, etc. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Su Xiaolun. This is the galaxy power promoted on TV, the hope for the future, Su Xiaolun. Surprised, Luo Feng looked at Su Xiaolun's black armor again and confirmed that it was Su Xiaolun. If you're not, you can take me to meet the person in charge here or... Su Xiaolun looked up at the sign that only had 2 words for the college. The president of the college or something. Oh, I'm Su Xiaolun from the Xiongming company, not a bad person. You should have seen me on TV too. Su Xiaolun also displayed his identification documents to show his identity. Luo Fengxiang pretended to be calm and nodded with a smile. In order to avoid suspicion from Su Xiaolun, Luo Feng also took Su Xiaolun to Su Xiao's office. Su Xiaolun looked around and found that many things in the college were newly built, and the scale was not large. He also did not see any future mechanical wind buildings that required a large amount of metal, as Zhao Xin said. When Luo Feng was about to reach Su Xiao's office, he hurriedly quickened his pace and said, "Well, wait a moment. I'll go report it to you." Luo Feng ran towards the entrance of the office ahead with a whoosh. Luo Feng's strange behavior further aroused Su Xiaolun's suspicion. Principal, it's over, Su Xiaolun is here. What should we do?" Luo Feng reported to Su Xiao in a low voice. "When they come, just ask them to come in and have a cup of tea. What are you panicking about?" Being able to come directly to the office entrance instead of tanks or troops crushing in indicates that Su Xiaolun is here to discuss matters. So Su Xiao calmly poured a cup of tea and prepared to welcome Su Xiaolun. Influenced by Su Xiao's calm demeanor, Luo Feng breathed a sigh of relief and said, "Well. Then I'll call him in." Luo Feng arrived at the door and invited Su Xiaolun, who was waiting. After Su Xiaolun entered the office, Luo Feng still couldn't control his anxious mood. He held his rapidly beating heart for a long time and couldn't calm down. "I'll go. The principal won't fight Su Xiaolun later, will he? The battle between their superpowers, I can't help either." "Oh. Boss." "Yes. Find the boss." Luo Feng tried his best to restrain his panic and quickly ran out of the college, following the direction of Jinkizi's flight just now, searching for him. Luo Feng dared not stop for a moment, afraid that if he stopped for a little longer, the college would make a loud explosion. Finally, on a small hill, Luo Feng gasped for breath and found the blowing Jinkizi. Old, no, it's not good." Luo Feng shouted to Jinkizi with his legs propped up. Jinkizi tilted her head back and asked, "What are you doing?" "Well. That Su Xiaolun came to the college to find the principal." "Su Xiaolun?" "Yes, it's the accomplice of the black-armored man you fought against. Little policewoman's accomplice." Upon hearing this, Jinx instantly jumped down the mountain slope and turned into a starlight, heading towards the college. After Jean Kasai arrived at the college, she found that there had been no fighting. In order to take care of her new home, Jean Kasai also quietly flew over the window of Su Xiao's office to eavesdrop. "Principal Su. I didn't expect you to look young, you're really a business veteran. We have been communicating for a while, but you still haven't explained clearly where your materials are being used." Su Xiaolun was also troubled by Su Xiao's deceitful words. "Sir Gu, I remember in the promotion, you were used to deter aliens. When I come into contact with aliens, it's not too late for you to question again. You dare to come into contact with aliens." Su Xiaolun immediately slammed the table and became serious. "How dare you not? Aren't you? I remember in the overwhelming promotional ads saying you are." Deno Galaxy, God. We're different. Xiaolun waved his hand and interrupted Su Xiao's words. We Deno super warriors are here to protect the Earth. Oh, the extraterrestrial guardians of Earth are our own. I've taken note, Officer Gu. I won't talk nonsense to you anymore. Take care of yourself and I will notify the relevant departments to supervise you. Be honest and don't cause trouble on my territory. Xiaolun has been with the Xiongming Company for several months and has developed a strong attitude towards ordinary people. Xiaolun, who walked out of the college gate, left behind a Yuqin algorithm for monitoring the dark energy of the source plan Jinkizi, and drove away from the End College. Jean Kaisai, who was leaning her mouth and bowing her nose above the office window, looked at Xiaolun's distant vehicle angrily and said, "This chubby guy, how disrespectful he is to the boss. Xiao Bai, let's go. Go beat him up." Jinkizi transformed into starlight and chased after Xiaolun's vehicle. After hearing the movement of the window in the office, Su Xiao turned her head and saw the drifting red starlight. She also knew that Jinkizi had gone to trouble Xiaolun. Su Xiao waved his hand to operate the system in front of him. After a moment, the dark hole on the wall opened, and an alloy beetle flew out of the window to follow Jinkizi. Su Xiao looked at the real-time image transmitted by the beetle on the system screen. As soon as the beetle caught up with Jinkizi, Su Xiao saw a red energy cannon bombarding Xiaolun's sedan. Thank you for your data support. Please find some flowers, tickets, and other data support. If the data is good, I will continue to add more updates. Thank you, thank you. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 8. Ultimate Destruction. Fireworks. Find point. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The small car was also immediately blasted into mid-air, and Xiaolun was thrown out and rolled several times. Jinkizi looked at Xiaolun lying on the ground and excitedly slapped Xiao Bai, saying, "Yeah, Xiao Bai, one hit." Xiaolun struggled to stand up on the ground and patted his head, which was slightly dizzy from the explosion. Jinx flew closer and said, "You chubby guy, do you have so much meat? It can't even be fried. Oh my. I'll go, it's the first time I've heard about being hit by a horse-treading cannon due to being overweight." Xiaolun thought it was a gluttonous surprise attack and decisively summoned the giant sword to prepare to face the enemy. Raising his sword and head, Xiaolun realized it was a double ponytail loli dressed in a white and red girl costume. Hey! Magic! Magical girl! I'll go. Xiaolun patted his face and said, "The world is really in chaos. Magical girl, all the characters in the animation have come." That. Xiaolun, who was preconceived about his appearance, inserted his sword into the ground and began to show goodwill to Star Guardian Jinkizi. "That, Xiao, magic sister, my name is Xiaolun. I am a good person, a good person. I even watched your cartoons when I was a child. I'm fat, it's because Lord Xin is so greedy and always eats late-night snacks. Our good brothers, he eats. I have to accompany him too." Seeing the soldiers of advanced civilization, Xiaolun's courage immediately came up. "How did you put down the sword? What are you babbling about? Xiao Bai, do you understand?" Xiao Bai shook his head. "Well, Sister Magic, come back to the Xiongming Company with me. We also have gods there to communicate with you." Xiaolun continued to approach Jinx. Jinx gathered a small red star in her hand and yawned, "You're making me feel a bit bored." The red little star bombarded Xiaolun and once again blew him away. Xiaolun got up from the pit again and cried with a disheveled face, "Damn it, all the cartoons are deceitful. Isn't the magical girl guarding the earth? You're crying. You look like a loser. You're moaning, ha ha ha. Jinx waved her legs in mid-air and laughed at Gu Xiaolun recklessly. Ah ah. Gu Xiaolun roared and pulled out his giant sword, ready to jump and attack Jinkizi in mid-air. Strike down piracy. Everyone has a responsibility, I will never look at magical girls again. Ah ha. The battle has begun. Jinx excitedly spun around in the air, adorned with a red star in her hand, and a starlight shot out, aiming towards Gu Xiaolun who had jumped into the air. Gu Xiaolun's body stiffened instantly and fell down, slowing down his movements. Jinx was circling around Gu Xiaolun constantly bombing, even though Gu Xiaolun had rough skin and thick flesh, he was still tormented by Jinx. At this moment, a yellow light suddenly rushed out of the nearby forest and collided with Jinx. Xiao Bai's sudden burst of energy instantly blocked the incoming yellow light. Ah! Xiao Xian fell to the ground and let out a loud cry, then flashed to Gu Xiaolun's side. Is everything okay? Xiaolun. Ah, isn't this a magical girl? Hey, Master Xian, don't believe it, don't believe it. This is bad. Gu Xiaolun quickly grabbed Xiao Xian's head, afraid that Xiao Xian would also be like him just now. At this moment, the surroundings around the two suddenly became dim. Is it dark? The two of them looked at Jinkizi in the sky at the same time. I saw Jinkizi raise her hands high and gather a huge red star, blocking the sky and sun. Oh my, it's going to kill. Gu Xiaolun recalled the bombing power of the Jinx little star just now. The power of such a big star would be incalculable. Jinkizi looked at the two with a mischievous smile, and the ultimate bombing of the stars was ready to set off. Master Xian, hurry up, run away. This is going to die. Gu Xiaolun shook Xiao Xian, who was already stunned. Dead. Dead people. Run, then run. Xiao Xian, who had regained his senses, quickly pulled Gu Xiaolun away from the scene. Jinkizi blinked as she watched the two of them run out of the distance in an instant. Alright, Jinkizi, come back. You can't kill that guy yet. Su Xiao, who had tested the combat power of Jinkizi's Star Guard skin, was very satisfied. Ha! Boss! Jinx excitedly responded to the voice in her mind, that chubby guy is impolite to you. Did you see me teach him a lesson? I see, you're great. Jinx, you can put away your ultimate star now. Look at how scared little white is. Jinkizi turned her head to look at the frightened little white looking at the stars and said, ha ha ha, little white, don't be afraid. It's just fireworks. Jinkizi adjusted the power of the stars and ignited the ultimate red star, turning it into a dazzling and splendid fireworks in the sky. The sound of fireworks explosion scared the fleeing Gu Xiaolun and Xiao Xian pale. Explosion, did it explode? The two brothers supported each other before daring to look back. After seeing the fireworks, the two breathed a sigh of relief and wiped the beads of sweat on their foreheads, saying, so, the fireworks exploded. Master Xin. The world is becoming increasingly terrifying. Robots, stars, monsters, and everything are here. Don't be afraid of Xiaolun. Xiao Xian trembled and supported Gu Xiaolun's shoulder. There's a leader. Let's go back and report to the leader. The two brothers supported each other like survivors after the disaster and walked towards the defense department of the Xiongming Company. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 9. Source Plan Steel Army, Seeking Flowers. You are listening at novelfull.audio. What? Magical girl. Ducao's face was filled with shock as he listened to the two of them elaborate. Yes, Chief, she's a magical girl. She's really capable of smashing people with stars, and there's also a huge white elf next to her. Hey, little one, right? Xiaolun corrected Zhao Xian by grabbing his arm. Oh, yes, the small one has the ability to grow bigger. Yes, that's it. The two nodded repeatedly with Ducao on the video side. Ducao's expression was full of helplessness. He let out a sigh and looked at Lianfeng beside him. Lianfeng shook his head without any clue and said, I haven't had any contact with what Xiaolun and his team said. Magic girl. Do you have collected energy data? At that time, the star was as big as a mountain, and Xinya and I were all confused. We ran too fast, we didn't think of this. Xiaolun scratched his head and explained awkwardly. Ducao closed his eyes and pondered for a long time before slowly saying, currently, there have been no reports of extraterrestrial creatures like the magic girl attacking Earth worldwide. The Deno 3 global reconnaissance system also did not detect any spacecraft-like stars approaching. So what you may encounter is just an isolated case caused by wormhole chaos. It may be a battle caused by some special factor. For now, your focus is still on monitoring known threats such as gluttony. If there is any unexpected situation, I can report it in a timely manner so that I can provide military support and dispatch Ducao dared not respond to the gluttonous army due to an uncertain threat. Because the upcoming gluttonous war is not only about protecting the Earth, but also about showcasing the achievements of the Xiaolun Company's training for so long, in order to further establish the prestige of the Xiaolun Company and obtain more resource support. After hanging up the communication, Xiaolun grabbed the back of his head, which was still a bit painful. He was puzzled. Special factors, is it really because I am too fat? Well, Master Xian, don't make me eat late-night snacks in the future. I don't want beer either. Drink less, drink less. Xiaolun explained to Zhao Xian and walked straight to the fitness area of the base. Hey! You changed with just one call. I didn't see you so disciplined when chasing Rose. Zhao Xian smiled and got up to chase Xiaolun away. Xiaolun went out and ate a bombing by Starguard Jinx, and immediately became honest. Without the energy response of extraterrestrial threats such as gluttony, he would not easily leave the defense base. I don't worry about civil engineering or college construction anymore, I just exercise with Zhao Xian every day to train my super abilities. Ducao's side was also tense with the approaching gluttonous fleet from outer space. This naturally gave Su Xiao a lot of developmental time. The source plan arsenal, hidden underground in the academy, successfully produced the first batch of alloy soldiers based on the Jinx source plan. Crazy. And the office of the college president Jinkizi. Jean Kasai, who was playing with monkey dolls on the sofa in the office, heard Su Xiao's shout and sat up. Boss, are we going to bomb? Almost. But today I'm going to take you to keep an eye on things. Su Xiao's operating system opened the secret door. Jean Kasai hung the little monkey thoughtfully on her belt and happily jumped up to Su Xiao's side. Boss's little room. Verifying bioinformation, verifying dark spot information, verification successful. Several beams of light flashed through the dark room, and the space began to descend. Wow. Jinx sighed as she looked at the SCI.FI space. Boss, are we going to the future? I guess so. Oh. I'm here in the future, and you're still there, boss. That's great. Jinx always feels sad and crazy, her emotions fluctuating back and forth between the two extremes. Jinx reached out to grab the flickering light. After a moment, the door opened. After walking out, an automated machine that never stops operating came into view. The sound of alloy device operation echoed throughout the entire arsenal, and the flashes of welding flashed like lightning through every corner of the arsenal. Wow! Big arms, Kokukushui. Jinkizi excitedly ran towards the automated equipment, and the sadness in the elevator just now instantly dissipated. This way, Jinx. Oh, here we are. Goodbye, big hand. I'll definitely fight your wrist next time. Jinkizi jumped and chased after Su Xiao. The two walked through the busy manufacturing area, passed through an alloy gate, and arrived at an open area. A dark purple steel army in a square formation is neatly displayed in the arsenal. Wow, wow! Jinx exclaimed excitedly at the first sight of the Iron Army, there are so many mecha people. Boss, are you asking me to fight them? I'm ready. Jinkizi instantly summoned the source plan skin and excitedly raised the dark energy gun. Ha ha ha, girl, this is not fighting with you. Don't you like to be the boss? In the future, you will be their boss. Ah. Really? These. Kink's hands nodded left and right for a long time, are they all mine? Yes, you will be leading this army from now on. Jinkizi suddenly hugged Su Xiao and said, Boss, maybe I should say something thank you, but I won't. That's my gratitude. Su Xiao smiled and said, let's go and take you to activate the first charge of this army. Okay. Su Xiao brought Jinkizi to the start button. Jinkizi rubbed her hands and said, I can't control myself anymore. Roar. Jinx excitedly pressed the button, and the buzzing of energy began to sound in the arsenal. At the same time, there was also the sound of Xiaolun's system alarm. Does anyone see it? Ask for some flowers, tickets, comments, and other data. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 10. Sweetheart Maid, Seeking Data. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The sound of system prompts made Xiaolun's heart skip a beat while exercising. No. Xiaolun, who had not even accelerated his breathing after exercising, suddenly became short-sighted. Xiaolun threw down the dumbbell in his hand and walked quickly to the monitoring system. Check the energy source that has just been monitored. After comparison and confirmation, it is exactly the same as the energy fluctuation of Jinx, the source plan that Xiaolun dealt with that day. Oh no. Xiaolun panicked and went to the gym to look for Zhao Xian. Zhao Xian, who was stretching, looked at Xiaolun, who was sweating profusely and breathing rapidly, and sneered, Xiaolun, you're really weak. After only exercising for a long time, you're sweating profusely and panting heavily. I really can't ask you to drink next time. No, I'm not empty. Xiaolun waved his hand to organize his language. What worries me the most is that something has happened. What's going on? Rose ran away with someone else. Ah. Xiaolun was stunned and said, I'm also worried about this, but it's not about this. It's about ending the college. Did you go again? I didn't get hurt by that magical sister last time. Xiaolun shook his head and said, it's not that magical sister, it's a terrorist. Terrorists have special police teams and riot prevention teams. We just need to be optimistic about extraterrestrial terrorists. They are extraterrestrial terrorists. Upon hearing these words, Zhao Xian's movements in his hands also stopped and he said, What? That day at Xiaolun's position, we bombed that randomly. What's it called? Jinkizi. Yes, it's Jinkizi. Last time I went to the end of college, I didn't find anything, but suddenly my mind was better and I left a monitoring algorithm for Jinkizi. If it rings today, it means that Jinx has appeared at the end of the college. I'll go. Zhao Xian stood up excitedly. Report this matter to the leader quickly. You can come with me for a while. I'm also looking confused. Hey, I'm also panicking. Are you panicking? I'm going to report. The two hurriedly reported the news of the discovery of the source plan, Jinx C. Are you sure it's Jinx? Ducao repeatedly confirmed to the two. That's right, Chief. It was detected by Jinkizi and Yuqin's algorithm. Look, this is the energy data for comparison. Ducao was extremely anxious, afraid that behind Jinx was Morgana, and continued to confirm the background. What exactly is the origin of this ending college? Why? Xiaolun tried to calm down and recalled the details. I didn't see anything behind it. It was a newly established college. The principal is a young person, probably a wealthy second generation, and has not seen any special abilities. I didn't see the demonic elements you mentioned in the academy either. Chief, whether this Jinx is under Morgana's command or not. We should also demonstrate the true technology of our Xiongbing company. Even if it cannot be eliminated, at least it will be deterred. Otherwise, if gluttony comes in the future, these people will cause trouble behind us, and we will really be in a hurry. Lianfeng persuaded the hesitant Ducao. Okay. Then let's fight. The fighting passion inside Ducao's body also came up. Xiaolun, I'll set up another tank formation for you, add 20 black armor elite warriors for you to dispatch, and let you draw the rest of the ordinary troops. Also, I will have Yuqin transmit the anti-dark energy algorithm to you. Although it is still in the experimental stage, it will somewhat suppress Jinkizi. We must give this crazy Jinx a good lesson this time. With Ducao's orders, the operations department immediately began to develop a plan to attack and end the academy. Considering that Jinkizi may be a higher civilization, Xiongbing Company's deployment of all troops is cautious, and they dare not speak out and startle the enemy. After completing the first batch of the source plan Steel Army in the college, Su Xiao quickly began the production of the second batch of large armies. Su Xiao and Xingqiu Jinkizi both have the ability to fly, making it more convenient to go to farther battlefields to collect corpses. While collecting corpses, Su Xiao also expanded the control range of the college, covering dozens of kilometers around the college with the source plan monitor, step by step expanding the controlled territory. Since Jin Keisai learned that these collected corpses were meant to be his own mech buddies, his enthusiasm has become even more abundant. After Su Xiao and Jin Keisai transported another batch of corpses back to the military factory, the system also sent a prompt sound. Jinkizi has been effective for 60 days, please claim a new skin. It's been 60 days already. How fast? Su Xiao, who was constantly busy and powerful in ending the college, also forgot the passage of time. Unconsciously, the system has been turned on for 60 days. Come on, extract new skin. Congratulations on obtaining Jinkizi's new skin, Coffee Sweetheart, ha. Coffee Sweetheart, indeed, I need a cup of coffee after being busy for so long. Su Xiao looked at the system introduction. Coffee Sweetheart is not a combat skin and provides a low combat bonus, just satisfying a visual experience. Jinx, do you want coffee? Ah. So bitter. Can I add sugar? Boss. Jinkizi smiled as she propped up her chin and looked at Su Xiao. You can add it yourself, any flavor is fine. Jinkizi skin, Coffee Sweetheart. Started by the way, would you like to watch the storyline of a sleeping suit where a gun catches fire? Can you leave some comments if you want to request support for all data such as flowers, tickets, and rewards, please add more information in the following chapters. If I didn't mean to, I would have pushed the plot forward with great strides. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th.